Hello, hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Ji ayanu, pakhair agale, ni hao, chunishumme, washmale, ohaya gonzaimus, guten morgen. Hola, boyor, privyet, kaifa hal? Hale shama chatore, ahlan wa sahlan, marhaba, kaifa haluka? And a very amazing good morning to everybody who's tuned into PTV World and are watching World this morning on Tuesday. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. The name is Shahzad Khan, and unfortunately, I wasn't here over the weekend and I wasn't really able to do the show on Friday and then Monday too as well because I was out of town. But there's this one thing which I've realized, and that is that in Karachi, I don't think that it's winters anymore. It's first things first. And since it wasn't winters in Karachi, so I took advantage of that, and I was roaming around in my t-shirts and whatnot. And now finally, when I'm back in Islamabad, I think that I'm a little under the weather. So for all those people who are out there, and if they can feel the transition in the weather, that it's going from cold to warm, please make sure to wear warm clothing, ladies and gentlemen, because other than that, you really do not want to feel the way I'm feeling today. So for all those people who are out there, please make sure to remember me in your prayers because I do not really feel very well. But other than that, for all those people who are out there, you must be ready to rise and shine, wake and bake, get up, and be more focused about what you want to do in life. And ladies and gentlemen, whenever we talk about doing something in life, it is not that easy. Now, what happens is that, when, for example, you come up with an idea, you go to somebody, the first person who you're going to see might be of the sort, probably you should think about it, you should consider it, you should do it, or do it this way or do it that way. So a lot of people in the first place are not really very supportive of the fact that you're going to do something on your own and by your own self as well. But today what we've done is that we've actually picked up a gentleman over here in Pakistan who actually want to add to the progression of Pakistani economy by bringing in people, by bringing in expats, and by bringing in technology. Now, whenever we talk about technology, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that, there's no existence of life without technology these days, especially in urban areas. I'm not talking about rural areas. I know you people pick up on a lot of things. But then, whenever we talk about technology, may it be ordering food or may it be buying a house, everything can be done on internet these days as well. So these gentlemen, they were on our show back in 2015 or 16, I guess. And then once they came in, they said that, we are bringing in projection mapping to Pakistan. Now they actually have a portal where we can even buy, sell, and rent property, or even if we are a developer, we can market that as well. But other than that, there's this interesting story which I wanted to share, and that is that, when the royal guest was actually visiting Pakistan, they came up with the idea that why we should actually do something where we can actually do the projection mapping and share the pictures of MBS2 as well. So this is what they did, and they kind of they've been liked by a lot of many people out there as well. They're viral on Facebook, Twitter, and elsewhere as well. We'll definitely share the pictures, but the vision they share, I think, needs to be put out too as well, because they're going nationwide now and they're offering a lot of jobs. How can you apply, what to do, what not to do, what is their vision? Because I think that everybody needs to join hands when it comes down to vision and understanding the vision of the organization. So ladies and gentlemen, a very young entrepreneur, co-founder at Graana.com. I've been joined by Mr. Arslan. Hello, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm good. How are
Well,
you?
Islam, absolutely perfect. Thank you very much for joining us, and
You're
welcome
welcome.
back. It's
Thank
good to
you.
see you back, and that
Same
too
here.
with a smile and after, making a lot of profits in your own business. I think that's great. And ladies and gentlemen, the guy who was actually behind doing all of that projection mapping on one day's notice, and he's the one who's actually pulled it off as well, other than the entire organization. He's the lead marketing execution, and then he's Junaid Tahir. Junaid, assalamu alaikum, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you, young,
Thank you.
amazing people over here in the studios who ready to inspire everybody out there as well. So, Arslan, let's get started from where you last came onto our show as well. I think that was 2016 probably.
Yeah.
So it's been 3 years till then.
Yeah.
Earlier when you came down over here, we only talked about projection mapping. But now there's this Graana.com as well. What is that? What happens and what are you guys planning to do?
Graana.com is a property portal where you can easily buy, sell, or rent your properties.
Okay.
And you can also market your projects if you're a developer.
Okay.
So the goal, when the directors, the co-founders came together, the main goal was to bring positive change to Pakistan and how we can serve Pakistan.
Okay.
And the best way we thought we could do it was in real estate, by bringing positive change in real estate.
Yeah.
because the CEO Graana.com, Shafiq Akbar, he's a genius when it comes to real estate. And Farhan Javed, the marketing guru, the marketing and PR guru behind it.
Okay.
So we thought we could bring a lot of positive change in the real estate sector.
Okay, that's great. Now when we talk about real estate sector, everybody knows over in Pakistan that it is a money-rich, kind of sector and a market
Yes.
which needs to be tapped as well. Now, when we talk about technology, what kind of technology induction has been done to make sure that that the transactions are smooth, or people actually trust the source, or probably Graana.com whenever they're visiting? Because over here in Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, property buying, purchasing, and selling is like I mean, it's a mission impossible. This is how I'm going to put it too as well, because there are too many other people in it, first of all, and then they want commission for themselves, then they want commission for somebody else who actually help them too as well. So how do we eliminate all of these partners within the transaction method?
So the goal is to make it transparent, easy, and available to everyone.
Okay.
As simple as possible.
Okay, but how do you do it?
We are bringing in a lot of technologies. I can't share a lot of details, but we're talking about blockchain,
Okay.
AI, and in marketing we're talking about the latest cutting edge technologies like 3D projection,
Okay.
VR, augmented reality. So that's how we aim to do it.
No, I want to talk about AI. I'm very interested in it. So, if you're bringing in blockchain as well, where in Pakistan we do not really talk about cryptocurrency too as well, how do you think it's going to help you, and how do you think that you can actually do it in Pakistan?
In a few words.
I'm sorry, but this is a
in
hard question, but
yeah,
you'll have to answer
yeah,
that.
good.
Yes.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a few words, it will solve a lot of your problems.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, but how would artificial intelligence help me buy property? This is something which I want to
I
ask.
can't tell you.
I mean, you have to tell me, for all those people who are out there, just a little bit, just a little, don't let me know.
You will find out in a few months. Don't
Okay,
worry.
we will
Yeah.
find out in a few
Very
months.
soon.
So is it like that, we actually have to download the application, go over
Yeah,
there?
you can go to the App Store on
Okay.
Apple or Android,
Yeah, yeah.
and you can easily download graana.com.
Okay, and once you've downloaded it, you can purchase property all over the world or just in Pakistan?
No, just in Pakistan. We have started in the north region, and we have gained massive traction in the last 4 months. In the
Okay.
first quarter, we have received more than 1 million hits,
Wow.
which is unprecedented for any other portal in Pakistan.
Amazing.
In the first 4 months.
I think that's cool. So now let's come down to the point where you guys are actually going nationwide too as well. You're an entrepreneur, and I think that everybody-
2019 will be the year of Graana. We will be expanding all over
Okay,
Pakistan.
that's great. But for all those people who actually want to apply for jobs, how can they do that?
Yeah. One thing I would like to say before that
Sure.
Graana.com is here to serve Pakistan. And if you share that vision, join us. Doesn't matter if you're young, if you're our competitor, anyone. If you share the vision, join us, and let's build a better, stronger Pakistan.
Okay, so now let me move on to Junaid. So Junaid, this idea of doing this projection mapping, who came up with this idea, and then on such a short notice where you only have 1 day, how was it possible?
Arslan came up with this idea, and it was a really difficult job because we have to we were supposed to execute it in 24 hours.
Okay.
And the goal was very clear that we have to do it and we have to do it on point. And it was really difficult. I am saying it again and again. But the thing was
On top of that, it was raining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had to.
But these projectors are waterproof, right? Or aren't they?
No.
No?
You have to cover
No.
them.
You have to cover them. The weather conditions were very harsh, but we did it. And the time His Highness was landing, our projection was up, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
But I want to know, how difficult did it get? So one thing is not probably, you do not have one apparatus to fulfill, or probably, the synchronization which needs to take place within the projectors, and then the images need to be out there. They need to be well in sync too as well.
It's a really difficult process.
Just
and a really
imagine
technical process.
Yeah, just imagine mapping a 90 feet by 30 feet picture of His Highness on a huge building, and you have to match every point and do that on in a few hours.
Yeah. So how long does it take? I mean, you guys must be experts by now, but still, if you're saying that it was challenging, then I want to know what were the challenges you faced.
Generally, at Enigon, we ask for at least 1 month's time to execute a projection map.
Okay.
So, and this was like a massive task.
Which you did it, which you definitely pulled off as well. We definitely have a few pictures to share, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do that, there's this one thing which is very interesting, and the sole reason why we have actually invited these gentlemen onto the show is that one, they're entrepreneurs, but now what they've done is that they've proved their mettle. So there are these few questions which I need to know, and those are that, for example, when you come up with an idea originally in the first place, you go to anybody, nobody would actually respond, or nobody would be interested in investing. But eventually, when you develop yourselves, all of those people, they start calling you back as well, and then they're like, okay, probably we want to invest. So what is your answer? This is something which I'm going to ask you, but let's take a look at the picture. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the projection mapping done by them. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look. Wow. I think that's cool. And it looks superb as well.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it looks, so from how far do you actually have to do that?
It was about 45 feet that we set up the
So you actually had to be on the road or somewhere?
We were on the roof of the next door building.
Okay. So I think that's cool too as well. So ladies and gentlemen, for everybody, projection mapping is actually indeed the newest thing as well. And it's not new. I think it has been used by the world for the last 5-6 years now. And it can actually illuminate your festivities to another level as well. Yeah.
It's not about the medium, the projection mapping medium. It's what you display, like the content.
Exactly.
That really matters.
Exactly, because I've seen a lot of people, probably showcasing their new models of cars and whatnot, so they use projection mapping, and I've seen that all. It looks very interesting. But now, coming back to the question, where originally you came up with the idea and you wanted to do that, but, nobody was actually ready to shake hands with you. Now, how is the situation, and then how did you, battle with all of those challenges?
For the first question, the answer is one word: persistence.
Okay.
If you look at any successful person, if you read about them, you'll find one thing in common, which is persistence.
Indeed.
So you have to keep trying, keep training, keep learning, and doing it every day. Even for 5 minutes, you can achieve excellence.
Okay.
So that. And what was the second?
So the second part was, now when all of those people actually call you, what do you say to them? Are you like, okay,
we are very humble. We are still very nice with them, and we are, anyone can join us in the positive cause.
No, but saying that anybody can join us is something different. But when it comes down to HR, they have their certain requirements too as well.
Yeah.
So what are the requirements you're looking for?
We look for intelligent.
Okay, that's me.
Energetic.
Yeah, that's me again.
And the most important, they should have integrity.
Yes, I think that's very important for any agency or an organization. Yeah, obviously that comes first.
Yeah.
You said it in the end, but it comes first.
It's the
too
most
as well.
important.
Yeah, but let me ask Junaid. So Junaid, has been your experience, so far working with the organization? How did you join them? And do you think that you'll actually move on to any other organization, or you'll stick to them?
Well, I joined this organization 2 years ago,
Okay.
and the experience here is amazing. I've learned a lot of things. I started off as a graphic designer, and now I'm doing executions, like so big execution, like execution on this big level. I never imagined that I am going to.
Who is your favorite co-founder? Let's ask him that as well.
I think Farhan Javed.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about Farhan over here. He's not. So what? I mean, you do not like Arslan over here?
No, I like Arslan, but the thing is like.
The thing is like that you like Farhan more than
I like
Arslan.
Farhan more. I like
I
Farhan
mean,
more.
you obviously have your own preferences. At your workplace, there's this one person you like a lot. There's this one person you really do not want to probably sit down with. So this is what happens, and this is what Junaid actually said about Arslan and Farhan. So choose otherwise, relatively, but on a lighter note. So now when we talk, so you have actually expanded. I think that it is wonderful, from projection mapping to into a few different things. And the vision you share is that you want the expat community to come back and serve the country. But to serve the country, we really need to have like a scheduled chart where we know that, okay, this year, this is what we're going to do. So what are the future prospects of Graana.com, and then what do you aspire to do in future for Pakistan?
On the shorter term, we aim to go nationwide.
Okay.
And then on the longer term, we want to go global.
Okay.
First, we have to reach all the Pakistanis everywhere across the globe.
Yeah.
Then we can think about expanding into other countries and serving other countries as well.
And do you think that it's going to be challenging to expand into other countries? Because these days everything's online, anybody can contact you, and I think that your solution might be cheaper than the ones available in Dubai probably, you know. So let's talk about that. And what kind of planning are you doing to probably move on to this level where you're all global?
I don't think it will be challenging because I have a very strong faith that if you do good, Allah will help you.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what drives me.
That's
So I think it will be pretty easy, and we just have to have a good
You just have
intention.
to be out there as well,
Yeah,
and
you
you know
just have to
probably
have
hire
good
people over there.
intention. You just have to have good intentions and just go for it.
Okay, and then so Junaid, what happens is that over here in Pakistan, whenever we get started with the job, so now it's like hands-on experience. So, you know, what happens is, for example, when I initially started with television, so, you know, while I was doing the show, I was learning too as well. So do you think that, you know, organizations of such sort actually need to have some, you know, training programs so that they can actually train people for their own better and obviously for the betterment of the people who are actually working with you? Did something of that sort happen with you?
I think, like for training programs, it's necessary that you are willing to learn,
Yeah.
that you are willing to train.
Okay.
So for like in our organizations, the training programs, we have a lot of training programs, but
Yeah.
the thing is that you have to be like, you know, on your toes every time.
Yeah.
And you have to be like you should be like, you know, on this thing, I need to learn, I need
Yeah.
to learn, I need to learn. My learning experience was amazing. I learned a lot of things, like
From Farhan?
from Arslan, from Farhan, from
Yeah.
Shafiq Akbar
Yeah.
Saab. I learned a lot of things, and my experience so far is really good. And I hope that I learn a lot.
Okay,
more
that's
in
great.
this.
So yeah, sure.
It's a very important requirement for all managers at Graana.com to be very good learners and very good teachers as well.
Okay.
So Graana is big on training. So we aim to become the best trainer of Pakistan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And everybody who's actually looking for training, I think probably we can have a crash course too as well.
Yeah.
But other than that, now there's one thing which usually happens in events like these. For example, you did this projection mapping, that was great. You know, everything went fine. What if, you know, one of the projectors wasn't working? What if both of them weren't working or three of them weren't working? How do you plan on, you know, saving your face too as well? Because, you know, this is something which is very important. For example, at an event, you know, if the SMD wall is not working, it's not going to look the way it was supposed to look. So how do you, you know, combat these challenges as well that, you know, okay, God forbid, if anything goes wrong, stand by, you know, we have got 2 more projectors.
Yeah, we always have backup.
Okay.
And we always give it a test run.
Okay.
So
We do that, but we have run into situations where the
Projector is not
the
working. or
CEO,
electricity is
the
not there.
CEO on stage presses the button and the projectors take a few seconds longer to come on. That is the most difficult.
What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening?
all you can do is, I think.
But Alhamdulillah, in the end, it always ends up
Alhamdulillah.
good.
What starts well ends well too as
Yeah.
well. But thank you very much for being with us. It was lovely to have you, Arslan. It
Thank
was
you.
lovely to have you, Junaid, too as well. Thank you very much for joining us. And ladies and gentlemen, I definitely take, you know, a lot of inspiration from these gentlemen. It doesn't really matter to me whether, you know, somebody's elder than me or younger than me. But what I aspire to be is to actually learn new thing every single day. And if there are kids like these, you know, students like these or people like these who are actually going to go nationwide and they want Pakistanis to be a part of them, you know, Pakistan is their top priority. And I think that they are going to create so many other job opportunities that it might be the right time for everybody out there to actually log on to onto their website, which is Graana.com, and then apply for your jobs. And inshallah, everything's going to turn out to be great. So please make sure that you, every day, whenever you wake up, it's a chance for you to make Pakistan a better place. We're not going anywhere, but we're going for a short break. Don't go. We will be right back. Good morning. Thank you.
Magla Hills, the heaven of Islamabad, the abode of God, a place where you can explore your soul and meet power of natural elegance of mountains. Spread over an area of 12,605 hectares, the Magla Range, the foothills of Himalayas, are youngest hills with an age of 5,000 years old. Magla Hills are home to around 600 plant species, 250 bird varieties, 38 mammals, and 13 species of reptiles. Magla Range is characterized by many valleys, scenic spots, and beautiful water streams, especially in the monsoon months. Famous for their tranquil environment and lush green natural splendor, Magla Hills are a particular source of pride, harmony, and spiritual solace. For the residents of Islamabad, many of whom make it a weekly ritual to scale the various trails to Damanikovo and Pir Suhava. Magla Hills send off its visitors with lasting trail of memories to relish in solitude and provide an escape from the relentless rhythm of life.
Sarangi is a bowed, short-necked string instrument from subcontinent, which is used in Pakistani classical music. Its flexible tunability and its ability to produce a large play of tonal color and emotional nuance makes it unique. Carved from a single block of wood, the sarangi has a box-like shape with three hollow chambers called stomach, chest, and brain. It's usually around 2 feet long and around 6 inches wide. It has 3 melody strings in 11 to 37 sympathetically vibrating metal strings.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. For everybody who just got tuned into PT World, you're definitely watching World this morning alongside Shahzad Khan. Earlier today, ladies and gentlemen, we were in conversation with some very aspiring and talented young people from Pakistan who actually want to add on to the economy by, being businessmen and developing their businesses and then expanding the horizon, because since they're going nationwide as well. The name is Graana.com. Check them online because they're offering a lot of jobs. So for all those people who are actually looking for jobs, I think this is your best opportunity. But now, other than that, in life, ladies and gentlemen, I've realized that, you can only learn if you travel. I mean, this is something which works for me too as well, because whenever you travel, you get to see so many newer places, newer people, and then you get that anxiety too as well, where you are at an airport and you do not know which gate you have to go to. So, all of these problems, when you face all of these problems, I think you come out stronger. But other than that, you travel, you see a lot of scenery, you see a lot of pictures, you take a lot of pictures as well, which always tend to stay with you. And, you create memories. So what we've done is that, since the Royal Highness was here, so there are a lot of people who've actually shown their love too as well. So one of the ladies who's actually over here in the studios with us, she's been on the show before too as well, but this time she did something very amazing and something very wonderful. She actually painted the picture of the Royal Highness, our royal guest who was here in Islamabad. And we're going to share the picture first and then we'll see whether, we'll introduce her. Okay, so on my right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually been joined by Rabia Zakir, and she's an artist herself. Hello Rabia, how are you? Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, I'm fine. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much for joining us. And the picture, ladies and gentlemen, is right here, right next to her as well. So Rabia, let's get started. How long did it take you? Why did you decide to make his picture? And then, when did you complete it?
Actually, I painted different countries, more than 45 countries,
Yeah.
and especially famous personalities and famous places. But first time the Crown Prince visiting our country,
Yeah.
so I thought it the best time to present something unique and different, and to show the unity and the respects from the people of Pakistan for Saudi Arabia.
I think that's great and amazing too as well. But other than that, there's this one thing which is that you have never ever painted like our picture or anybody else's picture. So is it just like world leaders, or is it going to be friends of yours too as well that you're going to paint?
Actually, I paint for commission work mostly, but of course I got a commission from different dignitaries and famous personalities, so that's why I was painting for them.
Well, that's great. But alongside Rabia, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned that, traveling all over the world teaches me a lot of different things as well. I think it teaches me patience quite a lot of times as well. For example, whenever you're in a plane and if there's like a mother with a 3-month-old baby or 3 months old baby, I think the baby starts crying, all you have to do is be patient, because there's no other way to make sure that the baby's calm and baby's not crying as well. So one of the people whom we've been joined by today, she actually happens to be from Russia, and she's visiting Pakistan. She's been to Nepal, she's been to Peshawar over here as well, she's been to Islamabad. And then, we're actually going to ask her what other places she wants to visit in Pakistan. She's none other than Valentina. Hello, Privyet.
Привет.
Thank you very much for joining us. It's wonderful to have you. And for how long have you been over here in Pakistan?
I have been already 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
And you've been to Peshawar and Islamabad?
Yes.
Where did you land it in the first place? Did you land in Islamabad or Peshawar?
First Islamabad, and
Okay. Okay, so why did you go to Peshawar? You know, this is one thing which I wanted to ask. Why did you go to Peshawar?
I'm interested of Pashtun culture.
Pashtun culture.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of Russians do even look like Pashtuns too as well.
Really?
So we have got a lot of pictures of Valentina, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to share them. Please, let's see what she's been doing in Peshawar. Go ahead. Okay, so there she is. Oh, so and what did you eat, Valentina? So you can even talk about that. Did you eat something very special? Because in KPK we eat a lot of mutton.
Yes, Pakistani food is absolutely amazing. This is most delicious food that I eat in my life.
No,
This
but
is
what did
true.
you have? Did you have biryani? Did you had like chicken malai or something of that sort? What did you eat?
I'm sorry, but I don't remember the names.
names?
But
Okay.
it is amazing.
It is amazing. And what other places did you go to in Peshawar?
In Peshawar, I visited some markets
Okay.
and streets of the city and amazing university.
Amazing university.
Yes,
I think
of
that's great. So now, if I'm going to ask you whether did you see any similarities in Russia and in Pakistan, what would be those similarities?
I don't know about similarities. Maybe some nature is similar.
Some nature is similar.
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. Now let me just move on to Rabia over here. So Rabia, how long did it take you to make this painting?
It's a realistic portrait, and it took almost 1 week. And
Just 1 week?
yes,
Yeah, because realistic portraits are very hard to be made, right?
yes, but you know, practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
So usually I completed.
And you definitely have got a lot of practice on your hand too as well, because we've seen you work. You actually decorated an entire train too as well. If I remember, you know, that was back on 14th of August, I guess.
No, it's on a Christmas.
Yeah, it was on the Christmas too as well. So you know, she's wonderful with that. But yeah, tell us a little about, you know, realistic portraits. So what do you actually have to do? So you downloaded a picture of him.
Yes, I took picture from some
Yeah.
kind of some from Instagrams, and then it's a difficult to you know to decide it which pictures you have to paint.
Yeah.
So I
So
decided
why did you pick up this one?
because it's a three-dimensional picture.
Yeah.
So you can you know from every angle you can see
Yes.
the image
Yes.
clearly.
So I want to talk about this scarf, because I think scarf was a difficult part. Okay, so on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, Rabia actually went very viral, and you know,
And Twitter.
even people from Saudi Arabia has actually started to share that picture.
Exactly, and even in Saudi news, not only in Saudi Arabia, it's also viral in some of different Arab countries.
Wow.
And still I'm receiving.
You made this one as well.
Yes, and
Wow.
this painting I also painted for Ambassador of Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And also I painted Governor Makkah last year.
Wow. So yeah, we sharing your pictures, and you know, it's just great, yeah. I mean, look at that. I mean, this
Thank
is.
you so much.
What is this? What is this?
It's a Saudi Arabia's flag, which I presented to Ambassador of Saudi Arabia on
Did
National
you
Day.
make it yourself as well?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't even look like a painting, you know. It looked like a cloth piece to me as well.
Yeah, but it's painting.
Wow. So she did all of this in a week's time?
Yeah, sometimes in weeks, sometimes in the days.
Yeah. Okay, so now for example, if I'm just going to ask you, I don't know whether I should be asking this question or not, but if we are supposed to probably sell this picture, how much would you ask for this picture to be sold for?
But I will not sold
Yeah,
this.
that's fine. But you know, I'm just asking, you know, if for example anybody wants to buy this picture,
It's a gift for him.
but he's left already, you know.
But I've decided to present it to Saudi Arabia embassy,
Okay.
so they will present it. Even I got the number of messages from Saudi people. They want to buy this painting, and I
Yeah.
said no, it's a gift. Yeah,
Whoa.
as I was during painting.
Wow. So I think that's great. So is this the place where you actually do all the painting and whatnot, or was it a studio?
It was a studio,
Yeah.
but the picture which was viral on the social media, it was my studio.
Okay, that's great. So now coming back to this. So I know that you do not want to sell this picture, you want to present it, it's a gift. But I'm just asking, how much price would you ask for if somebody is interested in buying this picture?
It's a very difficult question, but you know, I will say say that it's a painting of a royal family, and it's a kind gesture for Saudi people.
Yeah.
So I will not decide any price. So whatever you feel like.
I think I would have asked for $1 million. You know, if I would have had this skill in my hand, I would have asked for $1 million.
But
Let me ask Valentina. Valentina, what do you feel about this picture? Isn't it great? Isn't it fantastic?
Absolutely great.
Absolutely great, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So whenever you travel, do you take a lot of pictures?
Of course.
Of course you do. And then what do you do with them? Do you upload them? And then what do people back home have to say about those pictures as well?
I like to make a picture of people, of
Okay.
some things that they do, of culture, and something
I
like this.
think that's great. And how long have you been doing it for?
How long?
Yeah, how long have you been doing it for?
All time?
All time? Okay. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, since Valentina is from Russia, so she actually is having a hard time understanding English. And, you know, it's not that hard. I'm trying to be very polite and slow. But it's just that, you know, we're trying to communicate with our eyes too as well. That, you know, okay, this is what I mean and this is what you mean as well. So, you know, I want you to share something in Russian and let us know what you're going to say about Pakistani people, and you have to speak Russian, okay? Can we do that?
I will speak Russian.
Yeah, you speak
No.
Russian, and you know, you give a message to all those Pakistanis who are out there, probably even in Russia. We have a lot of Pakistanis in Russia too. Go ahead, you have to look into the camera. Here, this one. Yeah.
Я
She's
очень...
thinking.
Speak Russian.
Yeah, yeah.
Я очень рада посетить вашу прекрасную страну. Я просто безумно впечатлена и очень хочу сюда вернуться еще.
Wow, that's great. What did you say? Yeah, just let me know.
I told that I'm very impressed of this beautiful, wonderful country and want back one day here again.
Wow, that's great. And we'll definitely be welcoming you with arms wide open as well. You know, this is Pakistan, and Pakistanis are the most hospitable nation all over the globe as well. Kyun, Rabia, aise hi hai?
exactly.
So what are your future plans now? What do you want to do? Okay, so you're going to go to the Saudi embassy, give it to them, and they're going to present it. But other than that, you know, since you're an artist, what kind of future do you see for your own self? You've progressed a lot in the last 3-4 years. You know,
Yes,
you've got a
exactly.
lot of appreciation by people all over the world. So your talent is out there. But now what do you want to do? What kind of series or exhibitions are we going to witness in near future?
Still, I'm working for different countries, individual and officially.
Yeah.
And even I painted our prime minister because my followers want to know why I didn't paint prime minister.
Yeah.
But I'm already painted him 2 months ago.
Okay.
And it's a special gift for him, which it's commission work, which I painted for some of our diplomats, so
Yeah.
they will present it to our prime minister.
Wow.
So in my future plans, lots of my foreign friends and diplomats wants me to, you know, start some trainings
Yeah.
and teaching for the students. So maybe.
So I think it's going to be great, and I think for all those people who are so talented, I think that they really need to share their talent with other people so that they can do wonders too as well. But there's one thing which came up to my mind, and that was, since I'm not the Prime Minister of Pakistan, but, you know, can we get a painting made by you? And if yes, you know, for all those people who are out there who want to get a painting made by you, what is the procedure? How do they contact you? And how much do you really charge? I'm not giving up. Yeah.
No, actually, I get different commission work from. I have a fan page in Facebook. Also,
Yeah.
I have account in a social Instagram and Twitter as
Yeah.
well. So I get commission work from over there. And my painting it's depend upon the size and the frames and you know, depend upon the picture.
Okay.
But mostly my paintings start from. I have to tell in rupees or
Yeah,
dollars.
yeah. Okay, dollars or rupees, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay,
Dollars first.
Okay, start from $150 to $200, and
Yeah.
it's around starting price.
Starting. And where till what point can we go? I mean, $100,000, $50,000, where?
Yeah, I think I sold my one painting. It's $1,000 or $1,500.
Wow.
Yes.
And
One
you
painting.
definitely want to grow on this as well. I mean,
Yes, of course.
how do we actually decide that for this picture, this is the amount I'm going to take?
because how much time I spent on that,
Okay.
and how much it's detailed work, it's depend on that.
Exactly. So, you actually have to come down to the calculation of every single second you worked on that particular
Yeah,
picture. Is that how it is?
actually that's why it's
Wow.
depend. I charge that. Okay,
And it's super cool too as well. And there's this one more idea which I have for you, and that is, well, it's your choice whether to take it or not.
Okay.
I don't know why lately I've been giving away a lot of, ideas. So the idea is that what if you join hands with an NGO and you make paintings and they sell them, and then they actually, help other people within the community from the downtrodden segment, so that they can probably go to schools and things like these. I think that you can do that, no?
Yes, that's a great idea. But individually, I'm doing something, but I don't know, share with publicly. But I'm doing some. Whenever I paint, I make some, a few amount and to donate some
Wow.
schools and all that.
Well, that's great. And before we wrap up, ladies and gentlemen, let me move on to Valentina once again. So, Valentina, before we wrap up, there's a few places, in Russia which you think Pakistanis must go to. Please name them. And what kind of cuisine can we actually have over there in Russia? Go ahead.
Maybe my city, which I from, St. Petersburg,
Yeah.
very nice and beautiful city, and also Siberia, Baikal Lake, very nice, and maybe.
Okay, there's this one thing which I've heard. So I've heard, I don't know whether it's correct or not, but one of my friends said it, that helicopters are cheaper than cars in Russia. Is it correct?
Helicopter is
Yeah?
no.
Okay, I don't know why he said that to me, but this is one thing which my friend said, because he actually went over there he was a medical student. A lot of people are actually, ladies and gentlemen, going to Russia and China for to actually learn and become doctors too as well. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It was wonderful to have you. Thank you, Rabia.
you so
Thank you,
much.
Valentina. It was wonderful to be in conversation. But ladies and gentlemen, for everybody who's out there, please make sure that you promote your talent. And you, other than that, if you think that there's other people who actually need this kind of promotion, do let us know. Do write to us on our Facebook fan page, which is with the name of World This Morning. On Twitter, it's World This Morning without a G. On Dailymotion is YouTube, it's World This Morning. The fabulous repeat is going to be at 11 p.m. tonight. Till the next time, 1, 2, 3, good morning.